Inside Michigan basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Abso Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory.
We got to make that transition. We got to make that strong momentum. No heads go down. Runs are going to happen both ways. Crowd's going to get into it. They're going to get out of it. They're going to get into it. You got to, Steve, be the same guy that's strong. There's only one way to play is strong. Because we're trying to get layups and threes, layups and threes, layups and threes. If we got to go to the mid-range game, we do it at shot clock time, or we do it when they're way off us. The whole idea is right now we're strong, we're connected, we're getting it done. But there's times you just got to say, ain't happening today, ain't happening. I'm overcoming anything you throw at me. Let's go.
I didn't get the chance to play in this game last year, so I'm kind of excited to get to play against some guys I played AAU with, been playing with or against for a really long time now, so it's always fun.
We just got to continue to find the right energy every single day to give everything we have. And it's not easy for these young men to do that.
State will operate right to left. It is commonplace in the Big Ten. Every single night is a challenge. The Wolverines were tested big time this week with 2 games, both against top 25 teams. After getting blitzed by Indiana at home Tuesday night, the 22nd ranked Hoosiers opened up a 2-game lead on the Wolverines in the Big Ten race. John Beilein and company couldn't stand pat and feel sorry for themselves. They had to get geared up for 10th ranked Michigan State's invasion of Chrysler Center on Saturday afternoon. MSU came out strong, knocking down 7 of their first 11 shots, including 5 early threes.
Left wing Forbes wide open for 3. He was all alone.
They quickly built a 10-point lead at 19-9. Denzel Valentine did most of the damage with an early 8.
Topside Valentine, take and shake for 3, and he got it. Another 3 for Denzel Valentine.
Michigan struggled with their shot, nailing just 4 of their first 12. They built the lead to 18, did the Spartans, before U of M won on an 11-4 run and got within 33-22.
Rockmont in transition, leaves it for Urban, lays it up, lays it in.
That's Michigan basketball.
MSU countered with an 11-6 run to end the half, led by Bryn Forbes' career-tying high 7 triples.
Touch pass, Forbes, another 3, and another make for the right side. Brims Forbes got 7 triples in the half.
He had 23 in the first half, and the Wolverines trailed by 16. The Spartans would get it to 20 early in the second half. Michigan would try and scratch their way back. Zach Urban hit a 3, and Mark Donnell made a nice transition layup.
Walton's got a 3-on-2 bounce pass for Donnell. Good ball fake, lays it up and in.
But the Wolverines just couldn't make up any ground. State went to work inside the arc, and they were able to work inside out, led by Valentine. From the outside with Matt McQuaid and Bryn Forbes, and then on the break with Matt Costello. It was a 9-0 Spartan run that would turn into more.
Leaves it for Valentine. Up ahead for McQuaid. Alone for 3 in the corner. Good.
MSU built a 27-point lead, really never looked back. They shoot a season-best 64% at the Wolverines' expense. MSU wins at 89-73 at Chrysler Center.
It's tough, you know, especially in a rivalry game. You know, when it was going to be amped up playing Michigan State. We got to give them credit, though. They're a great team. I mean, they're making shots all over the place. So it's tough when you get down another hole like that again. I mean, we just got to work hard and fight through it.
Every time you look up, the ball's going in, you know, from 3, and it's just tough. You know, you got to figure out how to get out to the shooters and make them miss, make them shoot tough twos. But we didn't do that today. Yeah.
Was it them just being extra hot, or was there some lapses on defense that kind of led to that?
Probably
a little bit of both, maybe.
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, just like in the Indiana game, they were making a lot of shots. I mean, and when teams are that high, you know, it's always going to be hard to, you know, try and stay in it. You know, if we're not making shots, you know, we can't. If we're not matching their shot making, then it's tough.
They came out with a lot of confidence and shot the ball really well. You know, it's tough when you know, you're competing and you're playing as hard as you can, and their shots are still falling to you know, keep that up. But you know, credit to Michigan State. They played a really good game today.
You know, it's interesting. We view Michigan State as a bully ball team inside, and yet they've become a much better jump shooting team. Was that one of the biggest issues and one of their biggest improvements since you've been
Yeah,
there?
Matt, I've never seen anything like that, where a team would go through a 6-game span and shoot 60% from 3 in volume. I mean, it's just unheard of. But Forbes is on fire. Valentine is he was making 5 threes a game. You know, Nick Stauskas would make 3 games. When he was on fire, he would make 3 to 4 a game. Valentine's making 5 a game. It's just they're drops in the bucket. It's like they're playing with the women's ball or something. The ball is just, the basket is huge right now for them. We couldn't stop that. And, you know, they're always going to have a really strong inside presence. And Valentine is just an elite player.
You talked to me before the game about one of the keys to victory was transition offense and transition defense. Grade your team in those 2 areas.
Well, we couldn't get into transition offense because we couldn't stop them. You know, whether that's a bad defense or a bad plan, I don't know. We just couldn't stop them. And then our transition defense was better this time. That we got out to people and they had to run their sets more, but they were really good at executing their sets.
Zach Irvin shot 50%. He led your team with 19, but maybe more impressively, he did a pretty good job on the defensive end.
Yeah.
He seems like one of those guys who wants to take control. He was aggressive, wasn't he?
I saw some real dog in him tonight, some real fight in him, and that's really big. He's got to continue to do that. So he and Derek continue to grow. They're forced to grow. They're forced to be leaders. And again, he's got forced to be a leader again. So love coaching him every day. He's really done a good job.
How much of those guys talking to Duncan Robinson as he makes this transition into a thicker Big Ten race?
Yeah.
How much are they talking to Muhammad Ali, Abdur-Rahman, Aubrey Dawkins, Mark Donnell, for example?
Yeah, I think that's really important. They've been through this. Zach's had those days like Duncan's and Muhammad's had. They've had a rough go the last few games. They can't make a shot. And so that's really hurt us. But it comes and it goes. And that's something we'll make sure we talk with Zach and Derek so to make sure that we can get over it.
Our team's doing something different against Duncan Robinson. Is there a reason that he's shooting now under 36% from 3 in Big Ten?
Yeah, they just are not. They're not letting him get open looks. Although we did get him 2 open looks today, and both of them are in and out. So they'll start to drop. But we got to continue to find other ways to get him open, which means and to get him open is hard. But he's going to have to, you know, when he's like today they put Forbes on him, which he just is quicker than Duncan. So Duncan's got to use different moves to get open. His moves off the ball are probably more important than his moves with the ball.
Stay right there. We'll have more with Coach Beilein when we come back.
Michigan and Indiana, the only meeting this year between these 2 teams. Farrell's open for 3. Looks good, but it rims out. The rebound collected by Walton. He averages 6 per game. Bounce pass up ahead. Robinson drives on Williams. Bang, up the window. Yes. Irvin, hook pass. Wide open 3 for Walton, and he sticks it from the left wing. Tom Green is livid. Colin Hartman with the dribble drive in the paint. Lost Robinson for a moment. Got the left-handed leaner off the glass to drop. Hartman for 3. Good. Farrell for 3. Yep. To the trailer's Islov. He's feeling it. Got it. Bombs away from downtown. And Michigan goes the final 9 minutes without a score. Oh. Indiana shoots 61% in the opening half. They're on a 25-0 run. Michigan's 9-game home winning streak has been snapped. They dropped to 7-3 in Big Ten play.
People always throw that out there, you know, mental toughness. You want to blame people. Everybody, coaches want to blame players. Sometimes the other team is just damn better than you on that night. And we're not going to, I'm not the coach going to point fingers at my players. We got to get better. We'll find a way. So it's not identity. It's not any of that stuff. It's just when your team goes and misses 5 foul shots to start the game, you know, something's up. You know, coach practiced them too hard. We just had 3 games in 7 days. Could be all kinds of things. You just have those type of nights. And with us, it's hard. We are not deep, and we are still very, very young. We don't have a senior out on the court. And when we have adversity, it's not the easiest thing to spin around.
Well, this Michigan club is so good at Chrysler Center over the last 5 years under John Beilein, and yet back-to-back losses. What's the psyche with your club? I mean, can they forget about these types of losses to 2 really good teams as quickly as you'd like them to, do you think?
You know, it's going to be tough. And we go to Minnesota right now, who is a young team that they're struggling. but we beat them by 4 or 5 points here just a couple weeks ago. So yeah, there's concern there. We gotta get our guys, get our confidence back, get ready to play. We got to be fighting and fighting and fighting. We're trying to compete for a Big Ten championship. We are trying to get to the NCAA tournament. In order to do that, we got to win every game we can going out. There's only 8 games left, and it's going to be really difficult. So we got to just do our best.
One of the biggest differences between coaches and members of the media, we like to look ahead. We see a road game against Minnesota. We see a home game against Purdue. You only view the Gophers matchup, right?
Yeah.
This is a team that is too good to be at where they are right now, and you've told me all year long, they're going to beat somebody. They're going to get somebody.
They have a chance to be a good team. And they got great quickness. And like I said, that game with us here, we couldn't get away from them. So now you're going to go into the barn, and it's going to be difficult for us, especially with our guys with this, going in there with their heads down. So we just got to do something to make sure that we go in there, we get our guys rest, and we do our best to prepare.
Coffee with the Coach brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop from Colin and Pinckney. Give us the results of your bigs and how they're growing right now. They're all young, but how are they improving throughout the season?
Well, we're doing some things much better. I think defensively they're learning angles better, but we got exposed today by experienced guys. By Costello was just too good for our guys, and we just got to do better with our big men. Our big men are developing. We got to find another way for them to develop faster. That's really a issue right now, that we don't have that low post presence that some of the good teams. Purdue has it. Michigan State obviously has it. Maryland has it. Indiana has it.
Iowa
Iowa does as well. We don't have it, and we got to develop it.
Inside Michigan basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Abso Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory.
And welcome back. By going 0-2 this week, Michigan drops now to 7-4 in Big Ten play, and it sure doesn't get any easier. They'll pack their bags for a Wednesday night jump at Williams Arena against the hungry Minnesota Golden Gophers before returning Saturday afternoon against another top 25 opponent in Purdue. Ed Kingerski with the pulse of the Michigan locker room on another difficult upcoming week.
The Maize and Blue may have dropped their second straight home game, but we know 2 things about college basketball. There's still a lot of season left, and March is where it matters most. A word that comes to mind, perspective.
We've had 2 tough losses against 2 great teams. I mean, we got to keep our head up high. I mean, no one's going to feel sorry for us, so we can't dwell on it. We got to learn from it and be ready for Minnesota, because I mean, they're a hungry team that's ready to get a win.
At the end of every season, everybody's going to make it to the tournament, but we just focus on the next game really, and so that's what it's all about. I mean, sometimes you get humbled by a couple teams, and you just learn from them, just like Indiana and Michigan State, and we're not going to let these 2 losses affect our ability to play against Minnesota next game.
We can't make these 2 losses this week turn into 3, so we just got to go out and play better on Wednesday.
There is certainly no time to dwell. Rest, studies, practice, and then back on the road.
Fans will just be eaten up by this for 3 days and whatever, but you guys can't do that. Can you speak to that?
You have a short memory. You can't hold on to things. Just like in the game, you're missing shots. You can't. Next one's going, and you can't hold on to it. Just like confident we're going to win the next game. That's what it comes down to. You can't hold on to the losses.
Wednesday's game in Minneapolis tips at 9 o'clock Eastern. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Ed Kingerski.
The women had a big week as well. We'll recap how their busy week went right after this. The week began with the annual Pink Game for the women's team as they hosted Minnesota January 31st. The Gophers led by 6 heading into the second quarter before sophomore Caitlin Flaherty scored 5 straight points to get the Wolverines rolling.
Now Caitlin gets it back in the corner, catch fire 3, rattles through.
Sierra Thompson's 3-point play late in the second quarter gave Michigan the lead at the break.
1-on-2, Sierra's going to take it anyway, into Mulaney, shot up, good!
Freshman Hallie Thome led the home club with 18 first-half points.
Here's Thome on the dribble drive left side of the lane, got the bounce.
Michigan used a 12-2 third quarter run to pull away. Flaherty scored 15 of her 24 points in the second half, including 9 in the fourth quarter alone. But the big story was the inside play of Thome.
Maddie looks down low for Thome in the post. Thome spinning right, now a drop step, hook in the lane, good.
She was nearly unstoppable in the paint and scored a career-high 31 points. Michigan wins it, going away 92-76.
It puts a smile on your face to know that Coach trusts you to be able to score and be able to help contribute to win the game. So it's definitely a great honor to know that she trusts me enough to put the ball in my hands.
It was a different story on Wednesday in East Lansing. The Spartans hit their first 3 shots behind the long line and raced out to a 13-4 lead. MSU finished the half on a 12-2 run and led by 20. The Wolverines had no answers. Flaherty led Michigan with 18 points while freshman Boogie Brzezowski chipped in 13. The Spartans win at home, 85-64. Time now for our Alro Steel Iron Woman of the Week. Here's Sarah Van Meter with the story.
Something very special took place in the Wolverines locker room after Tuesday's practice. Special thanks to head coach Kim Barnes-Rico, who allowed our crew to capture the moment.
But she's always there. She always has her energy. She's always perseverant. She always brings that smile, and she's always uplifting to everyone around. So today, Hal, we want to, the whole University of Michigan, myself included, award you a scholarship. Yeah.
Very humbled, and I feel really blessed. You know, it's everything that I've worked for. It's going and getting through what I've been through. It's the blood, the sweat, the tears, and then you sit there and there it is. It's your dream. You're surrounded by your family, and it's an incredible feeling. If you would have asked me, 3 years ago, before I transferred here, that you would be at Michigan and you would earn a scholarship your last semester, and you know you'd be in a big part of this team, I would have said you're crazy. It's unreal. Our team is super close, and it's just knowing that we have each other's backs and we want the best for each other. And so when one of us succeeds or, you know, gets an honor or whatnot, we're all rallying around them. And it's a sisterhood, and so it's like if they're my family. And so I think that the camaraderie and the love that we have for each other, I think that was shown.
Outside Brzezowski, here's Wangler. Straight on, Hallie for 3. Get in there, yes! Hallie Wangler, they'll call it a 2. It doesn't matter. It's her first Michigan basket.
My parents have instilled in me from an early age just a love and a zest for life. And I take every day as a gift.
This is the second long march by Michigan in the third quarter. The other to a field goal. This one, touchdown!
My dad, John Wangler, was a quarterback for the 1981 Rose Bowl, and my brothers, Jack and Jared, are members of the football team here. I've grown up here. This is my home, and to be able to be here with my family is a dream come true. I feel home here. This is my home. This is, and to be able to walk into the greatest university, walk on campus, walk into Chrysler, walk through the tunnel. I mean, it's everything that I've ever wanted, and I've worked for since I was a little girl.
You don't have to be a star to have such a positive impact on a team. In 3 years, Hallie's gotten just 16 minutes of playing time, scored 2 points, and grabbed 1 rebound. But she means everything to this team. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Sarah Van Meter.
Sarah, thanks. Hope you can come back with us on Inside Michigan Basketball next week. We'll recap the Michigan women's 2 games and, of course, John Beilein and the Wolverines on the road in Minneapolis and at home against the Boilermakers, trying to salvage a season series split with Purdue. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone, and go Blue.
Inside Michigan Basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Absol Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Gardner White, you'll overpay anywhere else.